Hello everyone, welcome to the GeekWave. This is the low budget show. It's the show so low it has no budget. And let's crack open a cold one today because for some reason I decided today's the day we talk about Mountain Dew. I don't know why. No good reason. There actually is a reason. We'll get into it when we get to that. There's a little bit of news to talk about first, which is probably more interesting news than talking about flavors of Mountain Dew. But I had to talk about it. I love it. Some of my favorite stuff to ever exist is Mountain Dew. I can't explain why. Maybe because it's good? That's probably it. That's probably why. It's good stuff. But, is that enough to justify an episode? Maybe. I guess we're going to find out together. But we do have a little bit of news to talk about before we get to that point. Not a whole bunch, just because, I don't know, I guess the year slowing down, the big stuff isn't going to be announced, talked about. I don't know. It's all interesting stuff. Stuff that I don't think I really want to see any of it, if I'm being honest. Any of the stuff we're talking about, that's just the state of movies, isn't it? And television and just like content existing. There's too much of it and none of it's really good anymore and none of it sounds interesting. So let's start with this. A rumor has been going around that Baz Luhrmann, the famed director of the recent Elvis movie, a film which is insane in a lot of ways and full of a lot of crazy ideas. He also did The Great Gatsby. You might have heard of that. Romeo plus Juliet. You might have heard of that. A little film called Australia. You might have heard of that. Well, he is supposedly developing a film adaptation of the story of Joan of Arc. And isn't that an interesting idea for this guy? I can't say I hate the idea of doing a Joan of Arc like narrative today. We have a lot of talented young actors that could potentially get into that role and do something impressive. She's an important figure in history. I think people still want to talk about her. I think Hollywood still wants to talk about her. I can tell you an old film teacher of mine loved The Passion of Joan of Arc, one of his favorite films. So I'm well versed in this topic. But Baz Luhrmann, is that the guy we want to do it? I mean, he's got a very distinctive style. And I think that style does not lend itself to like old style medieval flavor. It's like when Guy Ritchie did King Arthur. You're like, I mean, that makes some sense. But maybe we shouldn't take that style and put it into like a setting where it doesn't feel natural. I would get like other like more modern ideas, even something like in the 20s, which is like the Gatsby era. It makes sense because he's big on colors and stuff, like Moulin Rouge as well. But going back that far, I don't know if that's what I want to see him do. But hey, if anyone should attempt that, I guess it's him. You know what also make more sense for Baz Luhrmann is the Cleopatra film that everyone's trying to do for some reason. Two characters Hollywood can't get enough of. Joan of Arc and I was going to say Baz Luhrmann, but it's Joan of Arc and Cleopatra. Don't know why. Don't like, well, I guess there is good movies with both of them in it. We haven't really talked about any. I don't know. So, okay. Who would you want as a young Joan of Arc today? Like, I know young actors. I don't know any that I would be like, hey, they're perfect for this. My mind goes to Haley Steinfeld, but I don't think that's a good choice. I mean, we'll see, won't we? He's probably going to find someone who is known. Then he can like mold like he did with Austin Butler and literally like change the trajectory of their career. But who's the female Austin Butler at this moment? Anya Taylor-Joy seems like the obvious one. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see it be like Florence Pugh or Zendaya or any of those people. You got to go younger, I think. And I don't know if like a movie's willing to really go that much younger for that type of story. But I'm cautious about this. It could be interesting. Like, it could be interesting. But chances are it's not, because I don't really like any of his movies. Like, they're well made for what they're doing, but I wouldn't say any of them are great. And that could be the downfall of attempting a Joan of Arc project. Can you top the classic? I think people still watch it. I definitely think we'll talk about it at some point, because it's definitely worth exploring and mentioning and everything. So that's coming up. Moving over to some worse news than Baz Luhrmann doing Joan of Arc, we have got some casting and directing announcements for the upcoming Matchbox toy car movie, which just makes my head spin a little bit. So, you know, the Matchbox, like, cars, they're like small cars that you put in like a matchbox or something. Look, they're I don't know. Hot Wheels is also being developed by J.J. Abrams, isn't it? And you're like, we're going to have two competing car movies that are based on stupid toys? Really? Well, this one's moving forward first, so it's going to be the winner. John Cena will star as, like, the lead? I don't know what that means. Is this, like, about cars, or are the cars real? We don't know. John Cena will be in it. He's set to star in some capacity. Maybe that means he's like the manufacturer of Matchbox. He is a car. He has the cars. I think, without knowing anything about this stupid idea, he's going to be like a Dom Toretto type who has like Matchbox cars he keeps on his person. And then when he throws them out of the Matchbox, they like grow into a big car and he can race them. And they have like insane tracks like around the world that you can like race them on. Or do you race on tracks? Or is that Hot Wheels where you just have Hot Wheels tracks? I don't know what a Matchbox toy car is. I'm in my 20s. I'm playing on like a Nintendo Wii and stuff. Let's look up a Matchbox car. Cause whatever. Okay, these look worse than Hot Wheels stuff. They're smaller than Hot Wheels. This sucks. This is stupid. Why would anybody want to turn this in? What part of this makes you go movie? They're just trucks and shit. I think he's gonna like have them and they turn into big vehicles for him to drive. Or maybe he gets small and goes into the cars. That would be cool too. Maybe it's like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. And we find out that there's like a subculture of like people that like turn into like small people that race these cars. All of these are ideas that are not going to be happening in the Matchbox movie. They're just things I am saying as I look at pictures of Matchbox cars. Ridiculous. Ew, there's a Tesla car? Ew. Gross. I thought these were older. Like, I know they're old. But, oh my god. Classic Matchbox car collection sells for $573,000? What? For these little dinky ass cars? I mean, all the conventions I go to, there's always a booth that is selling Hot Wheels and stuff. And I'm like, I just couldn't imagine getting into that. I'm not a car guy by any means. Not even in my toys. I don't get like G.I. Joe vehicles even. I just can't imagine collecting this. I mean, it's just not for me. And a movie about it's dumb. John Cena will star. We also got a director in Sam Hargrave who worked on the Extraction films over at Netflix. So that's how you upgrade. Make the Matchbox movie. Oh, man. That's kind of rough, right? Like, I don't know, right? Do you want to be the guy to make the Matchbox movie? Do you have an idea for a Matchbox movie? Like, there's like a list of toys I can think of that I would rather have an idea for than just another car movie. Or maybe somebody had a car idea. Maybe Hargrave had a car idea. And they're like, we'll slap a Matchbox on that. There you go. That's an idea, right? Maybe. I seeing here that David Coggeshall and Jonathan Troper, who worked on The Adam Project and The Family Plan, they have penned the script. Those are two very bad scripts. So this doesn't feel like it's going to achieve anything good in this world, and we're going to be stuck with that being a piece of shit that exists. Whatever. Let's move on to something a little more interesting. Now, I said at the beginning, a lot of news we're talking about this week is stuff I don't care about. This might be the only one I'm like, hey, that's a choice you made, and I'm kind of for it. Confirmed by Deadline, we finally have our Hal Jordan for the Lanterns TV show. It was announced last year. Lanterns is going to be a limited series coming to HBO following Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart. No casting announcement for Jon Stewart, but we have a Hal Jordan. The past couple of weeks, they've been speculating on like what older actor or the elder statesman of acting is going to take on the role. It went to Josh Brolin, to Matthew McConaughey, to Ewan McGregor, to Chris Pine, to Timothy Olyphant. And they settled on a choice that is better than all of those, and that is Kyle Chandler. Now, I have a lot of thoughts on this casting. I think it really spells true what they're trying to like establish in this show, which is true detective vibes, middle America, a mystery with like an older gentleman helping a younger officer. I don't know what that's going to look like. I mean, it's a fine idea. I would even say do it on a different planet than Earth. Maybe it's similar to Earth, but it just evolved in a different way. Just give me something a little bit different. It kind of reeks of like a cheap idea where we can't spend the money, which maybe is for the best. Don't give it a big budget where we need like $150 million to make this movie or this show that nobody's going to watch next week. So I'm kind of for that if you want to do that with Green Lantern, but the whole point is they're Green Lanterns, so whatever. And we clearly want John to be the Green Lantern, like the central one. That seems pretty obvious. So this like contract that Kyle Chandler has signed does not include any movie appearances, which leads a lot to speculate. He's not making it out of the show alive. I think that could be a red herring, and maybe he's going to be parallax. Like, it seems obvious, like, that's what people would want it to be. But, I mean, I know what you're doing, and I have nothing against John. I really like Jon Stewart. He's a great character who is fully formed, but I also feel very bad about the idea of sacrificing Hal Jordan just to prop up John. It's that thing where we can't let these characters exist in the same space without one of them being treated in a different way. It's one of my main problems with the Hawkeye show, because we want to prop up Kate Bishop. We have to turn Clint Barton into something he's not. And this is the same thing. I mean, he's 59 years old. And Superman, Clark Kent, who's like of his generation, typically in the comics, is being played by a guy who's 30. And that doesn't work for me. I know it's not going to be the case, but if you did it like Barry Allen and Arthur Curry and Diana Prince were like the older guard, so they're like played by actors who are older, and then John and Wally and Clark and Bruce and, you know, even John Jones or whatever is like younger, that could work, like the older guard. Maybe if you just want to like skip like Alan Scott, which I don't think you should, it would work better. But just the idea that like your big cinematic universe is going to start with Hal Jordan and Clark Kent being 30 years apart, that does not sit well with me, and it makes me kind of upset. That being said, in the Friday Night Lights era of Kyle Chandler, I think he'd be an amazing Hal Jordan. And I think he's still a really good choice for Hal Jordan. The only other thing that makes me think this is weird is Kyle Chandler does not seem like a guy that's going to put on a suit. A bomber jacket? Yeah, absolutely. If we're going to see him in a bomber jacket the whole time, I'd buy that. Do we think they're going to be wearing civilian clothes the whole time and then just have the rings do like the admission power or whatever? This show seems very weird and kind of confusing, so I guess we'll see how it goes. I like the choice. If it was a standalone show, I might enjoy it more, but the fact that Hal Jordan is now going to be 60 years old by the time his show comes out, and we're just introducing Superman. It makes me go, we could have just even gone for 40, you know? Like, whatever. I don't love it, but I do like it at the same time. One more piece of news to talk about, and this is something I literally just did before we started recording. I watched the trailer for Thunderbolts. We got a Thunderbolts trailer. It's just the one that leaked a while back. I can't with Thunderbolts. I don't know what it is about this show. Not show, fucking movie, whatever. Nothing about it seems appealing to me. It feels like you're taking all the characters that you don't know what to do with and just being like, what if we made them into something? The idea feels half-baked. It's a terrible way to introduce the Century. And you have so many characters with the same power. 4 of them use a shield. Like, what are we doing? The trailer, I mean, I think a lot of people are going to be like, this has a good feel to it because it doesn't look like it's shot on a blue screen that's being removed every couple of minutes because we don't know how to settle on a freaking background. But that doesn't mean it looks good. It just looks better than the shit we've been getting from this company. And I don't like it. I still don't like it. The title is stupid. The font is stupid. The poster's kind of good if you didn't have that ridiculous font on it. If you just gave me a Thunderbolts movie. Like, I've said this before. You could just as easily do the classic switcheroo of Thunderbolts in the movie and subvert the expectations. Because people will be like, oh, the Thunderbolts in the comics are Citizen V, who's Baron Zemo, and do that. And then you just don't have it be Zemo. You have it be somebody else. Because that would subvert it. You know? You could just get those characters out there to do something. I don't know. It doesn't look interesting. It's so weird to me that Marvel is in this place where I'm not excited for a single thing they're doing. I think that's crazy that there isn't a single thing that they could announce or do that would get me like, oh, finally, we're back. But it's a topic for another day, but that is just the state of a cinematic universe. You've been going since 2008. You cannot sustain yourself for that long after a while. You can try to with Doomsday, but it's not interesting, and there's nothing left to say. Thunderbolts could be good. I doubt it. I don't think it's going to be a moneymaker, but I could be wrong. We'll have to wait and see. Lewis Pullman as the Sentry could work under different circumstances. All right, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, crack open your Mountain Dew, baby. Is this topic interesting to anyone but myself? I do wonder that sometimes. Like, we've done a couple episodes before. We talked about like Halloween candy, and we talked about like discontinued McDonald's items. And those are things that I find interesting because I like talking about just how we brand like drinks and food and stuff like that. It's all very interesting to me. And the reason I wanted to talk about Mountain Dew today is because I tried their new mystery flavor, their VooDew flavor. This is VooDew 6.0. And basically for the past 6 attempts of Halloween era or whatever, they've been releasing a new VooDew flavor, which is like a collaboration with like a Halloween brand or something. And you just get to try like a new mystery flavor. So this one, they haven't announced it yet. Previous ones have been like Warheads flavored and just like it's a candy and all that kind of stuff. And they're kind of interesting. Sour candies and stuff like that. I had the new one today. It's not the first time I had one, but I was really starting to think about today, like my first assumption drinking it. And that's how we'll start this. When I drank it, I'm like, this kind of reminds me of just like a melon dew or a dragon fruit. But then I started to remember what, like, you know, the VooDew flavors are. And I went to my guess being something different than melon dew or dragon fruit. I thought it was kind of like bitter and had like an interesting taste to it. So I'm going to say it here. My guess for the Mountain Dew VooDew 6.0 is Skittles. That could be completely wrong, and maybe we'll come back and talk about that in another news segment later. But currently, that is what my guess is, that the new flavor that they're doing for Halloween is Skittles. I think that's kind of good. Like, it could be right. I don't know. I just like this stuff. I like the way it tastes. I like the way it feels on my tongue. Weird way to put it. I don't know. So let's just go through some Mountain Dew flavors. The new ones, the old ones, the cool ideas they've come up with. Because I guess we'll start there. I like the kickstarts, actually. I do a lot of work in the winter time, and those could be long shifts. And I typically don't drink energy drinks or coffee. But I will take a couple kickstarts with me and completely ruin my body. I'm aware of what it's doing to me, okay? You don't have to say it's not good for you. I know what it's doing. I like the kickstarts. I think they're very good. They do have actual energy drinks as well, which I'm just not going to drink those. No, give me the kickstart. Give me that extra caffeine and those electrolytes. Just mess me up a little bit. That's what I want to see. So that's what I like. So I'm on the fandom wiki for Mountain Dew, which is it's going to become a new haunt for me. I'm going to be here very, very frequently because it is so my vibe. I love it. So let's start with the flavors that are ongoing that you can get pretty much everywhere you want. The ones that are currently in stores around the world, and then we'll look at some of the other ones. Just the regular Mountain Dew. Good. Always a good, reliable drink. I do love that. I drink a lot of soda. I know I've talked about this in other places. I've actually drank so much soda from various countries and other places. I thought about starting a YouTube channel or a TikTok channel where I just review different types of soda. But then I started thinking about it, I'm like, what more can I really say? I don't know how to describe a taste well, and I don't want to do that. So when we look at the ones that are currently on shelves, I like classic Mountain Dew. Code Red I enjoy. I like the cherry flavor. Live Wire, which is not really common where I am. It's the one you probably see the least, but I like it. I do like Baja Blast. It was initially a Taco Bell exclusive. Somebody made a cool idea, and it's awesome. It's a good flavor. It's lime is one of my favorite flavors. I love lime. My favorite soda I get, not regularly, but as a treat, is the Crush Lime. Oh, is it good? I love a good lime flavor, and Baja Blast does that. Adds a little more interesting hints of other stuff into there, but man, is it just really good. God, what are we doing? This is so stupid. Voltage, that's just raspberry citrus. It's pretty good. Major Melon, I do enjoy as well. I like watermelon flavored stuff too. That's my go-to for the Jolly Ranchers. It's good. I like it. It's a pretty modern one too. They didn't really start introducing new flavors of Mountain Dew till the 2000s, even though the company's been around for a while, which makes sense. But then you got Spark, which is them doing a lemonade, and I think that one's pretty good as well too. I'm not a big lemonade guy. I prefer limeade, and that's just me. Some people like it. Of those, my go-to, I mean, oh, man, they're I love all my children equally, but probably Baja Blast. Or I do like Code Red. Cherry's always a classic flavor. I drink a lot of soda. So we also got some upcoming flavors. Now you have what we got here? What is this one? It's their blackberry flavor. It's not the Purple Thunder one, right? This is a different blackberry flavor. The blackberry and raspberry one. I think it's part of their Game Fuel line, which is just, it's another offshoot. You just get a specific taste to it. It's not really much of anything. Blackberry is a good flavor. I do like the Purple Thunder. I think it's blackberry and plum. I don't know if I know that might be exclusive to Circle K. I stop at a lot of Circle Ks. That is a very good convenience store. They have very nice bathrooms where I live, like in my city. They're very nice bathrooms. They always got some good Mountain Dew products on display. So, okay, we got the blackberry and raspberry flavor, which is part, yeah, it looks like it's part of the Game Fuel promotion. Coming in 2025, we have the Baja Paloma Punch, which is a tropical punch, grapefruit lime flavored, releasing for a limited time in late April and early May of 2025. Well, you're singing a song I love. They're bringing back Liberty Chill, formerly known as Liberty Brew. That's going to be showing up later. It's just a fusion of all flavors. It's kind of just like, like the same version of like the Star Spangled Splash with more stuff, or the Freedom Fusion, whatever. Just those, like, it's the summertime. Let's have like a fun popsicle like treat. I don't really care for it. Do we need to go through the diet versions of all these? There's the zero sugar flavors you can get. They're good. I would recommend getting either like a Diet Mountain Dew, Baby New York City, Never Was Ever a Girl So Pretty. Sorry. I love Lana Del Rey too. God, I knew I was going to make that joke if I said Diet Mountain Dew. Yeah, they're fine. They're fine. Oh, can you get the VooDew flavor and zero sugar? Sick. That's awesome. Discontinued diet zero sugar variants. So what do we got? Just the caffeine-free versions, Code Red, Frostbite, which is just like a cool melon, Berry Monsoon, Berry Monsoon. Okay. Pitch Black. Oh, I love Pitch Black. That's another great flavor. That might be what I'm thinking of too. No, that was like a limited time one that they had released last year, right? That was so good. Pitch Black was awesome. That shit was awesome. Why'd they get rid of that one? I liked that one. There's the Purple Thunder. That is the, Berry Plum. Oh, man. I like the dark flavors, too. Alcoholic flavors. No, we're not drinking it. No, I don't want to drink alcoholic Mountain Dew. That's not the point of Mountain Dew for me. But I also don't think I can get them in Canada, right? Are they available in Canada? Maybe I should try them because... Oh, they got a mango one. Dang. Hard Baja Blast mango is a mango flavored. Damn, dude. Mango is another one of my favorites. Like, I could drink anything lime or mango crazily all the time. What is this? Legendary Long Island is a cocktail version of Legend, mixed with vodka, gin, rum, tequila, triple sec, and lemon sour, served with lemon wedge for a bold new twist on a classic cocktail, released in May 2022. Ooh, that looks good. That looks freaking good. Okay, let's get into some of the franchise-exclusive flavors, which, this is where we're getting into the good stuff. Okay. First up, we got Mountain Dew Sweet Lightning, which is smooth peach and smooth honey. Sweet peach, I mean. That was exclusive to KFC in 2019. That's still there? I haven't seen it in my local KFC. We have Vibe, which is just a lemonade flavor, which I guess is still ongoing, to Wish restaurants. I don't know what that is, so I probably am never going to see those. Dark Berry Bash is a dark berry, blackberry flavor that's exclusive to Applebee's. I don't think I go to Applebee's enough. And there's an exclusive flavor for Buffalo Wild Wings called Blackberry Citrus. And that sounds awesome. Gas station ones, I do go to gas stations a little bit more. I'm thinking a lot of these may also be like other country exclusive stuff, because I do not see a lot of these. I also go to a lot of specialty shops where they have imported Mountain Dews. So don't worry. I am aware of what's going on there. So we have Solar Flare, which is a tropical punch one that is from 7-Elevens. That's pretty good. We have the Goju Citrus Strawberry flavor, which is exclusive to what store? Jackson's Food Store. No idea what Jackson's is. Okay, Purple Thunder, that's the one I am familiar with, which is definitely exclusive to Circle K. I know what that one is. And there's KC General Stores that has Overdrive, which is like a raspberry lime mango one. Not familiar with what that store is. And there's Infinite Swirl, which is a pineapple strawberry flavor, which has been available to 7-Eleven in June 2024. So I've been to some 7-Elevens. I haven't seen those. Maybe they're not in Canada, though. Okay, we have the pineapple flavor Maui Burst, which is an exclusive flavor for Dollar General stores in October 2019 for a limited time before being released as a permanent flavor in February 2020. So I haven't seen those. I have had the next one on our list, which is a Frostbite, which is it's the cool melon flavor, which was like a Walmart exclusive. Still kind of shows up every now and then. Not that my Walmart gets them. Why would they? I don't get anything I want. Another exclusive Taco Bell flavor was the Sangrita Blast, which is just like another citrus one. There was the Southern Shock, which was an exclusive flavor to Bojangles restaurants, but it's no longer there. This is awesome. Like, what I'm talking about right now, I can't think of a single person in my life personally that gives a shit about anything I am saying. So if you are watching this, just go to the fandom wiki. You don't have to listen to this. Just read it yourself. It's probably more interesting than me just looking at like stuff. Discontinued flavors. What do we got here? Cyclone. Boring. Atomic Blue. Yeah, so boring. Retail stores that are discontinued. Berry Monsoon. Let's keep going to Monsoon. Monsoon is one of them. Uproar, which was a berry, like a strawberry kiwi. Ooh, that sounds great. And Thrashed Apple. I remember Thrashed Apple. I don't know if I've ever been to a Kroger family store, but I've definitely had that. And then we got the Kickstart flavors. I guess we could talk about them. I typically get the orange citrus because I think it's great. And the fruit punch, those are like the ones I typically get. I've had a wide variety of these flavors. Not many of them. There's just like the black cherry and grape is another one, but I tend to go for the orange citrus. I think that's my favorite of those. I never had the limeade one. I think that would be very good. Was that like an exclusive to somewhere? It ended before I started drinking these. Of course it did. Strawberry kiwi, blood orange. Oh man, blood orange, another great one. Mango lime, dude, that sounds amazing. My goodness. Unrelated to Mountain Dew, but Brisk has just kind of like brought out a bunch of new flavors for like their lemonades and stuff. And I really dig what they're doing with like the blood orange over there. Like the blood orange Brisk lemonade. Ooh, that's good stuff. That's some good stuff. I don't really care about the Game Fuel flavors. That does nothing for me. And Amp is like, I know it's owned by Mountain Dew. That's like their energy drink. I couldn't be bothered drinking an energy drink. Just give me a kickstart. Just give me like that extra fuel to ruin my body. And I'll be okay. A lot of like discontinued energy flavors. Ooh, guava. That'd be a great one to add in somewhere. That'd be really fantastic. Tropical punch, cherry, watermelon, discontinued flavors. What are we doing here? Oh, older ones. Interesting. Okay. These are discontinued flavors of Mountain Dew from the 1900s, which is a very specific way to say it. Sugar-free Mountain Dew. Well, we know that's still a thing that goes on now. Mountain Dew Red, which was a flavor until 1988, first test marketed in some regions of Alabama for a short while before being discontinued. Mountain Dew Sport was a citrus-flavored energy drink to promote athletic activity, released from 1989 to 1991 alongside Diet Sport. That's kind of cool. See, here are some discontinued flavors from the 2000s. So DMX was a citrus-flavored drink with maltodextrin. What is this shit? I'm not reading all that. An insane one. Pitch Black 2, which was like just sour grapes. Awesome. Wild berry fruit. That sounds sick. Let's see about this. Revolution was a wild berry fruit flavored soda developed and released in 2008 for the Democracy promotion that competed for a spot with Supernova and Voltage to be the next permanent flavor. Revolution came in third place and was released in July 2011 as a secret stash for a limited throwback snack. Okay, then we have Mountain Dew Supernova, which is a strawberry melon flavor, which is another part of like the Democracy. And there was a pineapple one that was part of the second Democracy, which is just called Flavor 286. Okay. Then 648, which is a watermelon one. There's a tropical punch one, a mixed berry one for the Fandumonium. That sounds cool. There's a lime one. Distortion lost. Distortion, which was the lime flavor, which I want, was part of the Democracy 2, and it lost to Typhoon and Wipeout, and it came in third place. This is why I'm not allowed to have great things. Diet Voltage, we kind of talked about. Diet Supernova, Diet Flare, Diet Crave. We haven't really talked about Crave. Green Apple's a great flavor too. I like that. Diet Whiteout was I don't think we talked about Whiteout, but I know what that is. Distortion, another one that lost. Cool. Let's see. Mid 2010s. Ew. Doritos was a Doritos flavored soda test marketed October 2014 to November 2014 alongside lemonade with ginger, mango habanero, and rainbow sherbet in college and universities. What are you talking about? Why would you put Doritos in nacho cheese flavored drinks? No. Lemonade with ginger, that does not sound that appealing. Rainbow sherbet, what is even that flavor? What is the flavor of that? I don't know what that means. Other discontinued flavors. Let's see what we got. Green apple kiwi, tropical citrus, pineapple, lemonade. These, I think they're more like the energy drinks or stuff like that. Okay. And then, yeah, there you go. The discontinued flavors. Just the other VooDew stuff. There's a bunch of other stuff. Do SA, which was just like a mixture of Voltage and Code Red and Whiteout. Yeah, that sounds stupid. Merry Mashup, which is cranberry pomegranate flavored soda from the holidays in 2018, 2019, and 2020. That sounds sick. I've had Baja Punch. I am familiar with that. The cherry orange flavor, which is interesting. That's pretty cool. We had the Fruit Candy Chews is one of like the VooDew. That was 3.0. Cake Smash was a cake flavored soda given exclusively in a sweepstakes giveaway in June 2021 and was shipped to winners. If anybody has one of those, I will pay for it. It was re-released in July 2021 in the online Dew store for a limited time while supplies last. I will not get this gingerbread snapped one. That sounds awful. I have definitely had the flaming hot one. I am well aware of that flavor. That was, in my opinion, not that hot. Not that hot. Pickle, huckleberry, s'mores, elderberry, apple cinnamon. No, thank you. The mango, gem. Oh my goodness, there's so many of these. VooDew 4.0, sour candy, fruitcake flavored. Ew, gross. Summer pop. I believe these are still on sale, like the Summer Breeze one. You can find in some stores, at least that's the flavor I think I'm familiar with. VooDew 5.0 is Cherry Airheads. I'm sticking by my statement of Skittles. I think the current flavor is Skittles. Oh my goodness. Do we have to go? We're not going to go through all of these. This list never ends. I'm amazed I made it 20 minutes talking about this shit. Okay, these are the flavors that were in Japan. Strawberry, lime, ginger, grape, citrus, more grape, 2 grapes. This was a different type of grape. In Europe, you had citrus, you had raspberry lemon, which was called Supernova. You had raspberry citrus, which was just a Game Fuel one. Just other random stuff. They have one called Jumpstart, which is just like a kickstart, but probably not as like intense. Ones in other countries. Oh, just label all other countries. Honeydew melon. That was a flavor they just tried recently. Honeydew was a honeydew melon flavor slated to be released in the United States. It was canceled in favor of Pitch Black's limited time release in January. Many months after cancellation, it was released nationwide in Canada from August to October. And I remember that flavor vividly because it was good and the little icon on the bottle looked pretty cool. Honeydew is a great flavor to try stuff with. Insane. I love that. Because I'm like, why is that one on the list yet? It's not coming back. Are you kidding me? Oh, you're ruining my life. Okay, Mountain Dew? Okay, you ruined my life because I love everything you've ever done, and you've never done anything wrong in my opinion, and I just love talking about Mountain Dew. So we'll never do this again. I am certain. Why would we talk about Mountain Dew again after this? Just, you want to hear me just ramble on about like more like random things that Mountain Dew made? I can't do it. I literally can't do it. Let's see, though, if they have any announcements for what the new VooDew is. Not yet. Okay, nothing yet. Ooh, and the United States are getting limited edition 12 packs of this shit. Are you kidding me? That's not fair. It's not fair. Why can't we get that here? I mean, we got the honeydew flavor, but it's not here anymore. Why can't we have something nice too? Ugh, whatever. Look, it's a very interesting company, and they try a lot of different stuff, and you have to appreciate them for doing that. I think it's pretty good. I like Mountain Dew. Signing off now, because what else do you want me to say? Thank you all for watching this episode of the GeekWave. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, at TikTok, and Twitter. And of course, I will catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.